First off, what's going on, people? This is Crazy D. I want to say happy 2019. Happy New Year 2019 to everybody tuning in. This is going to be, I believe, a weekly situation, maybe even more days where I talk about film production and lay out some of the new things that are happening with LordlandFilms.com. Hopefully everybody is rested up after partying last night, bringing in 2019 and ready to make 2019 productive. First thing off that I want to say is that in film production, the most important thing about film production is that you follow through on what you say. Oftentimes at LordlandFilms.com, we talk about the artist or the actor being seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. And that's what we strive to do. And how a person is seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated is that the product actually comes out. That's how they're actually seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. And what I found in the time being here, there's a couple of things that I've found being here doing film production. I come from CLE and now I live in CLV. CLE and CLE, that's Cleveland. Word is most important. That's what you live or die by, is word. Your word is everything. You have to follow through on what you say you're going to do, or, you're basically shunned out of the existence, because once people see that you're a BSer, then they don't, want to work with you. That's the way it is. So as we go through and we do things, we here at LordlandFilms.com, we make sure that we follow through on what we say we're going to do. I've kept my mouth, I've kept quiet on things because, when I tell people that they're going to be seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated, which they are, then I expect the people who see them, hear them, recognize them, to follow through on their projects. It's very important. I've been waiting for a while to see finished products from actors who have acted in the Black Ice Chronicles are in. We can always press and push my situations because they're true indeed, and they actually do come out. That is most important, because there's no time, because like Tupac would say, death is around the corner. And so when you put something out, or you take time, how many days or weeks or a month to actually shoot something, then you actually have to make sure that it completes, because it's not only for them that you do it, but for your legacy as well, for people to say, that person, that man or that woman were about their word. And word is everything. So as we sit here, let me grab some things to drop in to populate on the situation here. Let me put this in real quick. I'm going to drop this in. This right here that I'm getting ready to put up on the screen there is the Lordland Films page on YouTube. Now it's called The Film Review, because my wife and I produce a weekly program, or maybe might come 2-3 times a week, depending on when we go see films. We come and actually review the films on The Film Review. And you'll see that go right here in the comment section, so that you can go there. We're going to go through some things and let you see what we really do here at LordlandFilms.com. We are not here to be BSers. we are not here to necessarily work with BS. Listen, I've been when I sat down here in 2012, my wife and I sat down when we sat down and said this is the place where we're going to live. I already had films. I wasn't coming with my hands out asking people to do things. Instead, I brought possibilities and opportunities. Opportunities, I don't like to use that word because that seems scammy, but possibilities. Possibilities means that when you do something, your the possibility of how successful it is depends on how much work the individual person puts in. So what do I mean by that? When you have a brand name that comes and you act in episodes of that particular person's brand name, that automatically gives a certain amount of shine because that vehicle, that machine is already running. So when that machine is already running, what it is it's bringing in people to give possibilities. Now, possibilities means that the people who are plugged in, who come in to act, or who are featured on programs that are produced by that machine or organization, they have to put in the work to make sure that they're seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. I tell people all the time, all you have to say is, I'm at this time in the film, 2 minutes and certain seconds in the film, or I'm here at this test read and you can see what I do. And there's been actors who have utilized that and have gone on. Rose Hill, she's one in particular that has used that and, pushes it forward. Everything she does, she pushes forward. So when actors are independent contractors, because that's what they are, they have to take what they do and push it out there to the masses, right? So if you work in productions that never come out, then you're not able to push your signal. So that's why when there is a production that actually does come out, where there's a production team that actually comes out, write scripts that aren't on the nose, that are as real as cinema can be, then you come and you work with those people and that person, and you see yourself released. See, it's very important to release what you do, because life is here today and gone tomorrow, and people would like to have a record of what they do to leave legacy. Now, I spoke on legacy at the top, and so let me expound and expand upon it a little more. The only way that you have legacy is people have to see what you have done. There has to be a record, a trace of what you've done. If there's no record or trace of what you've done, then in life you have wasted time. And time is short, time is fleeting, time is guaranteed to no man or no woman. So while you do what you do, you make sure that you follow through. And when you have a situation where there's an organization that is actually finishing projects and actually putting it out, then you follow the program. See, there's a plan. I don't come willy-nilly because I've been in this for years. I experimented in 06, but by the time 012 came along, I already had it down to a science and to a formula. So when the person says, grab this and just put this there and post, boom, people will see you and you will advance. And there have been actors who have done that. Rose Hill, Algie Jenkins, Stuart Elsey, who else? Roland Matthews, right? They have done that. They see it when it posts, they grab it, they repost it, or they go grab it on their own and post it, and it moves across. So those are quality actors, right? Who understand that they are independent contractors. So it's a business. Acting is a business. Now, when I finish a production, I make sure that I put stills up of what's happening. I call it daily rushes. I also cut together real quick rough cuts to put out there so people can use those rough cuts before the finished product comes out. Now, I've seen people do the still thing. I've seen a lot of emulation, and I see people emulating and using the still thing, but when you don't have moving pictures, because film is a moving picture medium, not stills from moving pictures, but moving pictures, flickers of light, which brings about illumination, which brings about people being seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. You see, there's a science to all of this that people don't realize. It's cool to emulate, but then you have to be, you have to actually be about what you say. It doesn't take that long to edit up a clip to help actors push their dreams. The more their dreams are pushed, the further along they will go. So it doesn't take that long to edit up quick edits. Like me, I'm a person, I suffer from high self-esteem, not low. So I know that when I do something, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. Thus, and so I do it to the best of my ability because I want the product to be excellent. So thus, when it comes out, it's excellent. Thus, people are proud to be in it. Sound quality is correct. Lighting is correct. And when it goes to the theater, it may boom, or in most cases, it booms louder than films. I will boom like a Marvel film. Okay? So, the reason why I say this is because I've been waiting to see finished product from actors, from actors that have been in the Black Ice Chronicles. Everything that is in the Black Ice Chronicles, the Lord Land Film Productions, they actually have come out. So I'm looking for finished product so I can go see the films and see, what's happening in the Las Vegas market. The Las Vegas market is vast, and it can even, I might even conclude, might even overtake Hollywood if people are organized. Organization is everything. Organization is everything. It's not an organization. The most important thing about organization is word. Now, at the top of what I said, I gave some bullet points, but I didn't say they were bullet points, but they were. So now I address it as I go along. Word is everything. Like I said at the top, I've been here since 2012, working with different people. I've worked with lots of various people in the city since I've been here. You can go to and see a lot of people that I've worked with, right? I know who keeps their word and who doesn't keep their word. See, word is more than saying, I believe in keeping my word. Word is actually delivering upon what you say you're going to do. So I've seen and worked with many different people, so I know who is word and who isn't word, and that is what makes organization is word. When people can, when you say, okay, I had this out to you in a couple of days, and when it comes out, it's exactly what you said it's going to be. That's word. Word is, to me, like when you read Genesis and they say, God says, let there be light, and there's light. See? And then you can see the form, you can see the earth's form as the Bible talks about. That's what being a creator is. That's what word really means. It means that when you say something, that it manifests and it comes true to be, and that makes you more like the creator. So this is very important. So now what I'm getting ready to post next is the Lordland Films page on Facebook. It's going to come up on a second. We need you to be able to look at these things, like these things, join these different pages that I'm putting up, follow, subscribe, share, like, watch the various footage. Now on the Lordland Films page, we have quite a few productions that we're doing here at Lordland Films. One is, of course, the film review with my wife and I. Then we have Like It Is Radio with Franklin G, which is an established platform on the radio station here. It's an established platform, but we bring visual to it to take it to not only audio, but visual. And we bring forth new possibilities. Let's see, what else do we have on there? We have, let me think, what else do we have on there? Because there's so many different shows, and then I have to keep my mind work. Okay, we have A Preacher's Life on there, where you can go click right to the links. We have Life of a Producer. These are all short films that are being produced. Then we also have the Black Ice Chronicles series, which are films and shorts that are being produced by LordlandFilms.com. And we're moving into the next season of shooting to have release in the summer and in the fall. You know, it's all about organization. So back to people not finishing projects here. It's disheartening to the actor to not see a finished product, something, a rough cut, something, to say, hey, I did this, to be able to show other people I did this, because this is a game, because they are independent contractors and they need to have something to push out there to the people. I've heard all kinds of horror stories about people not even being willing, even though the project isn't out, not being willing to just provide, you know, clips for sizzle reels or acting reels. I mean, it's really ridiculous. And I'm not saying this for the actors. I'm saying this for myself, because when I say that people will be seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated, I don't expect them to be seen, heard, and appreciated by jacklegs who don't finish what they say they're going to do. See, this all goes about back to word and saying this. So it's not about them. It's about me, because my word says that people will be seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated, and they are seen, heard, recognized, and appreciated. But now we need the people who see them, hear them, appreciate them, and recognize them to be about what they say they are about. If you say that you are a film producer, something that you do should come out every day. Every day there is something new that I do that comes out, or it's a product that is established that people may not have seen that comes out every single day. And if not every single day, it's maybe 2 times within that day. There's or 3 or 4 or 5 different situations that are being done by LordlandFilms.com. All right, here what I'm getting ready to put up is the Crazy D Film Dude page on Twitter, which advertises and pushes the film review, of course, but of course on Twitter it hits everything that I do as far as presentations and as far as different productions that I do. It's all encompassed in the Twitter. So follow the Twitter and follow the advances, because we're going to soon, as I put a bullet point out earlier, we will soon be casting for. Now I don't want people, because I see a lot of emulation, and I don't want people to think that they came up with some great idea, because I see people posting stills from films, but stills for films again without moving picture to follow quickly, like within the next half hour or the hour, is nothing but still life, and that doesn't help. That doesn't show how the actor emotes on the screen, how they can produce the same action each time with different angles without seeming robotic. It doesn't show that. It just shows a still. A photo is worth 1,000 words. Moving picture frames are worth 1 billion words. It's nothing like it. So now I've talked about and I've spoke about the actors that I have, the Roland Matthews, the Algie Jenkins, the Stuart Elzies, Antonio McNeary's, who else? What else I want to say? It'll come to me. But I've spoke to you about those actors, and as we do multi-platforms, because there's a lot of material that you haven't seen that is sitting there ready to come out in its designated time, organization, word. This will come out then. There's life of that product out. So right here, what I'm getting ready to put up is the Instagram Crazy D Film Dude channel. The Crazy D Instagram Film channel, IGTV channel, is where it's a slightly different format because it is vertical instead of horizontal. But as we work through it, we find out how to still use the horizontal within the vertical to still complete and tell the story, right? So when you go through this page, you will see a preacher's life. You will see life of a producer. You will see advertisements for the shifter. But as this channel begins to populate more, you will see exclusive programming that you will see no place else but within this type of vertical format that'll be coming. And of course you'll be seeing also established things as we run through the different formats. This is a hard game, but it's not a game. But when we talk about game, having game within the game, either being able to be the sixth man or to be the star within the basketball league, that's cool. But sometimes it's good to be the sixth man when you come off the bench and bust 20. You know, it's all right to be the star, but sometimes supporting cast is great, and that's what we get to. A lot of the films that come out they have people in supporting cast, but then they can come right here to Lordland Films and see the same people in starring roles, killing the game, killing it, right? So it's very important because what also helps an actor kill the game is when the dialogue is right. We talked about on the nose. On the nose is like, oh golly gee, I walked down the street today. Everything is in it. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not good film. Some stuff has to be cerebral. And so, so what makes an actor be able to get off is great dialogue and staying strict to the script. As far as when I write a script, I know where every point is going to be. I know where the laugh points are going to be. I know where the tear jerkers are going to be. I know where it is. So I need the actors to stay on point and deliver it, because it's going to get and going to come off on the big screen or on the medium screen or on the small screen or on your cell phone, your smartphones. It's going to come off the same way. You're going to laugh. Again, the sound quality is going to boom. And examples of sound quality booming, let me go to my regular Instagram page, which is Crazy D Film Dude. Crazy D Film Dude, you can go there and you can listen to the various clips that are there, and also check out stills. See, I mix stills and moving picture together. You know what I mean? And what you will hear there on your phone is that, or on your computer, is that the music, the audio, the visual just pops through to you, because this is the film game, but this is not a game. And messing around with people's dreams only brings about resentment. It really does, and it brings back, oh, this person doesn't follow through on what they say. They won't do what they say they do. And then people say, well, I might as well just come over and work with one person, LordlandFilms.com. But see, I don't want that. That's not what I want. I want there to be a robust film industry here, not relying on the Hollywood film system at all. Not relying on it, not necessarily giving assistance to, or necessarily being used just as extras, in film. We'll get on that. That's on another day, about the extras. What's going on, Shantae? Thanks for tuning in. So let's shift gears for a second, and let's talk about what makes up good film. Good film is not only the sound and the moving picture. It's the what makes up the world, what you're hearing in the world. Besides the dialogue and the picture that's on the actor, it's the world. It's the sonic world that you build in film. And one of the most important aspects of the sonic world is music. So now, what you're getting ready to get now is my SoundCloud. My SoundCloud page. This song right here is just starting to, blow up. It's a Slick Brown Bang Bang Atomic Bass Remaster, produced by Crazy D. And it's just now starting to take off. Now, in my films, I use music. Now, I'm open to using various people's music, but they have to be ready and understand that there has to be paperwork done to make sure that everything is right, as far as mechanical rights, and being able to put the music into the film. Okay, that's very important. Also, in turn, I'm open to providing music and doing the contractual situations to make sure that independent films have great music, backgrounds and beds, and passage of time sequences where they need music and film, I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean? But this Slick Brown Bang Bang is growing, and people, on my Instagram page, I put out a lot of different songs, for the end of the year is putting out, and then people gravitated to the Slick Brown Bang Bang Atomic Bass Remaster produced by Crazy D. You can hear it on SoundCloud, then you can purchase it on Vimeo. You see? That's how that works. It's like, there it is, and then if people are looking to have music in there, we can sit down and talk about putting certain music into film, so that, it comes out. People should be working together. I was always taught in film school that film is a collective effort. It's like cooperative economics in a way. A group of people come together, they have their specific skill sets, and then each can execute. What I find is when people come together, like me, if I'm in someone's film, I play my role as if I'm an actor, I'm an actor. I'm not gonna come in and say, oh, you should do this and you should do that, and boom, boom, boom. I'm an actor. I'm coming in to be in your film as an actor, and I'm going to bring my professionalism of what I know behind the camera to be in front of the camera and make sure that the scenes that you get of me are ease. I will make sure that I deliver it the same, that it's good. It's something that when you edit, you can edit up cleanly and not have to worry about anything. That's what I do. But what I find is that people seem to want to overstep, and they choose not to collab at all, and so because they want to do their thing. If they say I'm a director, then all of a sudden they want to try to push in and say I'm a director. No, that's not the way that goes. So we just have to tighten up and be about cooperative economics or collective filmmaking in 2019. That's very important. Very important. So the music aspect is most important in the game of film. The sound quality on a film. Like I tell people all the time, I offer, send the sound bed to me and I will mix it for you and make sure that it booms. And then, we work out the contractuals and the agreement and how much it would cost on the front end or on the tail end, depending on where the film goes. And, give me my credit as far as sound recording and creating the world. That's just cooperative. That's because film is, again, supposed to be a cooperative thing where people with various skill sets come together to make this thing successful. In 2019, people have to say, we want to make what we do successful, and we want it to come off, and we want it to be undeniable. That's what we talk about in the film review. And I'm getting ready to put this up right now. The film review on SoundCloud. On the SoundCloud, not only do we do live filming on Facebook, and then we turn it over to the replay where, you see this green screen, it changes. You'll see that on the latest Film Review 35, where we do a recap of all the films. We've done over 30 reviews of films, but we've probably done over 70 films because we add up and we double up, triple up. Sometimes we have 5 or 6 films that we review in one episode. So the podcasts are up. So not only do we do first live recording, then we go to replay, which goes on YouTube and the other formats, Vimeo, which we'll get to Vimeo in a second. We also have it in quality audio for podcasts on SoundCloud. So that means that when you contact me, when you contact Crazy D to come cover your event, not only are we shooting live, we're also shooting 4K, then we're running sound, then it changes over into something that's like a NPR situation where it's covered and you're blown over all over the net in all different types of formats. You see what I'm saying? And if people come and want to say, well, I can do that too, they say that I can do that too, but you've seen me do it already, and I'm not doing it because somebody else did it. Let me tell you something. If someone does something because someone else did it, their heart is not in it, and in the end, they won't be reliable. They won't be about their word because they were only doing it because somebody else did it. And so that's not necessarily good. So I just put up the link to the SoundCloud. Also, we do have the SoundCloud that which is Crazon Dion SoundCloud, outside of the film review SoundCloud, where we have the interviews of consciousness programming, where we interview people who are pushing black consciousness forward as far as information is concerned. We also have the Like It Is conscious radio programming that's been turned from live viewing into top high quality sound audio podcast on the Crazon Dion page. When you go to the Crazon Dion page, it'll say lordlandfilms.com. On SoundCloud, also we have Nothing But the Facts podcast. The original 19 have been turned into audio podcasts, and you also can see the visual on YouTube on the film review page. So there's multiple platforms that's happening. So when you, and I'm always expanding and looking for more ways to push the signal of my people out to the masses. This is very important. So there's always multiple ways that I'm doing this. Instagram, IGTV, rather. That's the format that we're really going to be pushing into the next situation. SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So we're all on all those different formats, and we're on BOP TV from out of Atlanta. The first 2 episodes of Live Television, Live channel, are on BOP TV. You can see boptv.com, or you can go into any smart TV, Android device, iOS, and see these things. You can see episodes and the various things I'm doing on BOP TV. And boptv.com is the subscription platform. But then BOP TV, when you get your set, you're going to be able to watch the programming because it's a free platform on the smart TVs. And, you know, when you go to my Crazon Dion page on Facebook, you see all those different situations. As you scroll down the page, you can click the links and see that. I'll have that in the next thing that we talk about, on the next subject that we talk about. I said I would talk about Vimeo. Vimeo is also on those devices, and all of the Lordland Film situations are there, and you can and they stream globally, right? So that means people are seeing her, recognized, and appreciated globally. The platforms are set up, and then people can go on ahead and try to set up platforms because they heard that I set up platforms. But then again, if their heart is not in it, it will not be, and it will not be as great, and it will not be successful, and they will not be dependable because it's lots of work in it. It's lots of work in it. Okay, so Vimeo again is there now. Most of those are paid platforms. You know, the films that are up there are paid platforms. I call those like donations to LordlandFilms.com, where you actually get something in return. You don't just get a poster. You don't just get a t-shirt. You get a film that you can put into your digital library and have and reference at any time you're at a party and you want to show what's being done in the city of Las Vegas. You know, you just go there and you're able to download those things. And then the film review is donation watch. And when I say donation watch, it means you go there and you either pick it to watch it for 48 hours and you're giving the donation, or you're picking it to have in your digital library. And so you're getting something for it. And besides just reviewing film, we talk about things about subjects in politics and society, and how the films that are there, how they connect to what's happening in society. So it's great information, and you know, it's whatever else comes to mind, which means that we give out a lot of information that can be referenced and used again. So it is worth, you know, donating to. And then there are other platforms up there. Nothing But the Facts is up there as a donation, and so forth. So you'll see that when you go to the Vimeo page and you follow through and you click onto other places. What's going on to Herbert? I see you're in. Herbert Jones, thanks for watching. You know, so we're here to work with, you know, everyone in the city of Las Vegas that are how can I say, cooperative. That's what I would say. That's what I'll say. People who are cooperative, we are more than willing to work with everybody, provide music, provide recording behind the scenes, because this is what people have to realize. What's going on to Pamela? I see you just came in. I want to shout out to you. When you're doing something, a person cannot do everything, you know, everything on the set at the same time. So then you need people who are there and ready to, you know, who have a skill set that can deliver and make sure they follow through for you. See, the person's heart, see, this is all about word and organization, and follow through is all about the person's heart. It's what's in the person's heart that determines if they are about cooperative economics, collaborative efforts, and seeing something fall through. I very seldom listen to what a person says. I mean, I'm going to listen to what you say. I'm going to hear you. But your actions speak louder than words to me. They speak louder than words. So as I'm doing, I'm putting up the different situations so you can go back and watch and check out my pedigree and my work and say, hey, you know, this guy actually follows through. He doesn't waste people's time. He doesn't waste actors' time. He doesn't waste models' time. He doesn't waste time, because death is around the corner and you have to leave your legacy behind. Because this is what I believe. The last person that remembers you, that actually remembers you, that knows you, is the last time that your energy is around. So when that last person goes, so does your energy, unless you have left a legacy. Take George Washington, for instance. Good or bad, slave owner, pulled teeth from African slaves to make his false teeth. The Africans that had the best looking teeth, he pulled their teeth to make his fake teeth. You name it. Good, on the good side, winning wars, possibly, hopefully, making America, separate from Britain and fighting a war or whatever. Whatever you want to believe on that. I don't necessarily believe anything. If somebody did something to African people or black people, they're not great to me. But either way, his legacy lives on. You know what he looks like. And how many years ago was that? How many centuries ago was that? You see what I'm saying? But you know what he looks like. You know his exploits. You know what he did. And that's called legacy. Same thing with, let's take Malcolm X, for instance. Great man, right? Was for his people. And they tried to bury Malcolm for a while, but then because there is documented footage on him, there is writings on him, thus and so, then the film could come out on him, and so he thus lives in the lexicon forever as being the person who fought, one of the persons who fought for black liberation and human rights in America and the globe. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's very important that you follow through on what you say you're going to do and make sure that you are remembered. Because beyond even those who actually knew you, it's about legacy. Man, it's about legacy. And if your legacy is, oh, this person doesn't follow through with what they say, then that's what it is. Like when someone asks me, are you going to come somewhere? I say, no. I just tell them straight out, because it's not going to be something, well, yeah, I'm going to make it. Then you find out I don't make it. I just tell the person no, straight off, or I'll say, well, I don't want to say that I'm going to do something that I'm not going to do. So I will say right now, I don't know. Too often people easily say, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. And then you don't see them and you say, well, wait a minute, man, you said, well, that means their word means nothing. And what is word? Word goes back to let there be light. That's the difference between a creator and a whisperer. Because the devil is a whisperer. He whispers, and those people who gossip and make jokes about people and make people laugh and believe about about a person through whisper. Difference between, so word is word, and then there's whisper with words. You see? So the creator says, let there be, and there is. And then the whisperer talks about what's happening, but never actually produces. See there? So that's the difference between the concept of God and the devil, so to speak. And so that's what I look for. So people can say a lot of things. They can say, I keep my word, I do all that. And, keeping word is hard, because you can be down to your last and you have to keep your word. You can have calamity happen and you have to keep your word. That's how important it is. And no matter how long it takes to accomplish keeping your word, you keep your word. I just saw something that Sweet Lou had posted about a person who had just took care of something just a few days ago. But that person, in the end, to me, I don't know the situation, but I just was reading the post. And when you put posts up, they're public for comment, and to me, I thought that was good, because the person, when the time came, the person was able to deliver. So that person was able to keep their word, which then makes them good. So long as you keep your word, that's important too. But in film is instant. So that means that you have to do what you do as far as production is concerned. Put out the stills, put out some rough cuts so that the people can take that and quit being so covetous of the work where the people can't take it and make sizzle reels. And I produce that too. I produce sizzle reels for people too. Their acting reels, so they can bring their footage there, and I'll boost it up. It'll all be balanced. It'll all look good, no matter if it's 4:3 or 16:9, HQ, high def, or standard. We'll make it look good. So those are different services that we offer here at LordlandFilms.com, because sound is everything. Sound is everything. All right. Okay. So now, as we finish up this first one, the next one that I've just posted is the film review T-shirt. This one I'm wearing it in gray. Gray will be available soon, but the ones that are up are the standard black with white lettering. Those are the original shirts, and they're available. They're available for a donation. It is a donation, so that is the price that is on it, because we're here to keep on building and pushing through. And purchase the shirt. It will get out to you ASAP. We appreciate you. We're making it happen and making it push through, and seeing that people are seeing her, making sure that people are seeing her, recognized and appreciated. We want people who say that they are filmmakers, not for the actors, but for yourself. For yourself. And I'm not saying it for the actors. I'm saying it for myself, because I say people are seeing her, recognize and appreciate it. And I want the people who are seeing her, who see, hear, recognize and appreciate the actors who act with me, whose acting is actually on display and actually comes out. I want then their products to come out, because as you release yours, I release mine, you release yours, then it gets to a point where most actors have aspirations of being in Hollywood films. They just do, what I'm saying? Until Las Vegas is made as a standalone mecca for filmmaking, they will always have aspirations and dreams of being in Hollywood films. So I come out, you come out, that person come out, that person over there comes out in Las Vegas, that person builds. Then they say, oh, here's that resume of that person. I can actually see it, other than just going to IMDb and saying I was in these films. But when they try to search for those films, the producers of it can't find it. So how do I know that that's actually real? You say you did this, but even as a producer or a director, you said you did this, but you say it on IMDb, but I don't see it anywhere. But when you go to my IMDb page, you can go and see it there. Matter of fact, most of the links are right there, so you can go watch it. So it's about being about what you say. It's about following through on what you say. It's about being a creator. And that's what Lordland Films is all about. Pick up the shirts, check out the different pages, follow the different pages. And we'll be on another topic next time, because, I don't beat a dead horse, because, this is chronicled forever. It's there. I decide if I want to turn it over to a replay on the YouTube channel or not, with a different background or not. I'll figure that out, or I just leave it as it is. But in 2019, welcome to 2019, where it's about show and prove. It's about word is bond. It's about being truly a creator. It's about making sure that when you bring a group of people together to produce something, you're actually taking their life into your hands, their life's dreams and aspirations, let me say. You're actually taking it in your hands, and if you're not a person that actually follows through with what you say, what can be said? But anyway, so you've been watching this first, Crazy D talks on film production. We will be back, next week, or whenever I feel like I have something or need something to say. But most definitely we'll be trying to make this once a week thing, along with the film review, like it is radio, that comes on every Friday on the live stream. And now you can go to the film review page, and it has its own subsection where you can watch it, because it will be live streaming on YouTube from now on for Like It Is Radio, and then it'll be put over to other things because we're expanding platforms, like I said. So stay tuned for that. This has been Crazy D film production. We're talking Crazy D Talks film production, and we shall be back again one last time. Always repeated 3 or 4 times. Go through all those different links, like, share, follow, subscribe to all those pages, and stay up on everything that's happening with LordLandFilms.com. And we shall see you on the next Crazy D Talks film production.